Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. Today we're just discussing some Steelers news and updates. As you guys seen on the news been circulating around about the Aaron Rodgers stuff, of course, deal been going on for months. A lot of people think Aaron Rodgers is expected to sign now with the Steelers since his the author of his story, I think called Out of the Darkness, who's writing his biography. The author is kind of like handed towards Rodgers, kind of getting that stench of New York off of him. He said that Rodgers had been linked to the Steelers, but he has remained largely mum about his plans for the upcoming season. He was discussing on this, I think, Out of the Darkness, the mystery of Aaron Rodgers, just discussing different things of why Aaron Rodgers could possibly join the Steelers. He's saying that the stench of New York, it was a bad situation there, and the Pittsburgh Steelers could be a fresh start of him joining there, and basically just a lot of stuff about potentially basically starting fresh, like him leaving that state of being like, kind of like washed up in the sense of kind of having a rebirth in Pittsburgh. The author was trying to make it sound all, fancy and stuff. But I think, it could possibly happen. Aaron Rodgers coming to Pittsburgh. He'll be 40. Was he 41? I think 41, right? 41. I think he'll eventually turn 42 later in the season. So we'll see how things shape out with him. Aaron Rodgers is the same age as my mom. Aaron Rodgers is the same age as my mom, like that. Aaron Rodgers is 42 years. He's old enough to be my parent. That's how Aaron Rodgers is. Aaron Rodgers is an older player. He still has the arm and ability to push the ball downfield and put the ball in certain spots, but his mobility is limited. The Steelers line is better, of course. We've seen over the past few years, he's gotten better and better, but still has some moments of weakness at times and stuff. So we'll see how they look this year when everybody's back fully healthy. But it's gonna be interesting to see how things shape out. If Aaron Rodgers do decide to come to the Pittsburgh Steelers and sign there. I know mandatory. I think mandatory mini camps is. Let me see the dates actually, because most of the dates for the like training camp and stuff, you'll see. I think right now the OTAs is on May 27th. You have that one football activities, organized team activities, May 27th to June 5th, and then you have the mandatory ones happening on June 10th, on June 11th, and June 12th. The Steelers mandatory mini camps, and then training camp start, of course, in July. July 24th to August 15th when training camp starts. You start doing all this different stuff and Latrobe and all that stuff. So the ideal is to have all your players you want on your team at least by the mandatory mini camp, so you can get guys report there to get kind of accommodated with guys and stuff. And then of course when training camp starts, you want them to be there available for that too as well. I know there's a lot of players still out there who are free agents, who are some top names too, as well, like Keenan Allen, and you look at Mark Cooper. Those guys will probably sign their contracts eventually too as well in the upcoming weeks to kind of be there for those important meetings and team organization activities and stuff like that, organized activities. So hopefully Aaron Rodgers, if he does decide to keep playing, he signed before the end, and we see how things shape out. If not, we'll just roll without him and see how things happen. We also seen, of course, no update really on TJ Watt's contract negotiation with the Steelers. It says still no update really on that. The Steelers will have to pay TJ Watt some pretty good money. TJ Watt is one of the best players in the league on the defensive side of the ball, of course. Myles Garrett, his counterpart, got paid $40 million a year. I think close to $40 million a year, around that range or something, or close to that. So I think it was $40 million a year. I think Myles Garrett. Let me pull his contract up and make sure it's the exact number. Yeah, Myles Garrett. Yeah, $40 million per year. Yeah, we got a 4-year deal with Cleveland. $40 million per year. The deal includes $123 million guaranteed. So TJ Watt probably be asking for around that range of money because he's like, hey, I got Defensive Player of the Year as well. I have all pros as well, just as much as him or more. Pro Bowls as well. My stats, my numbers are. Sacks is more than him. Certain things is more like that. So I'm around that same range of player. And the Steelers' record without me is 2-12-1. So I think I am warranted to have that big time money, and he's rightfully so right. If is saying that in the meetings, he already stated that he want to be in Pittsburgh. He want to retire Steelers. So the Steelers should get it done. You got guys who are team lifer type guys. And also they play at a high level, Hall of Fame levels and stuff. You need to make sure you get those guys accommodated, yard trade GP away, so that's one less person to pay long term. So you can use some money, sign TJ Watt, see how things shape out. You might have to get rid of one of the edge rushers that you got. Was probably be Alex Highsmith. You might have to if you pay TJ Watt that big money. If Herb Big step up, you got Jack Sawyer as well, who you drafted. So eventually you gotta let one of those guys take over the reign. Alex Highsmith was a good player, but he does have injuries that happen like that. The past few years has some injuries. He missed some games and stuff. So you might can do something where you may trade away him, get something back, let Herb Big step up to be that guy. Jack Sawyer and those guys rotate in and out from that second spot with TJ Watt and see how things shape out. But Alex Highsmith does a very good job in the run game, so that will hurt a little bit because Nick Herbig did struggle a little bit in the run game, but we have to see how Jack Sawyer look. But it'd be interesting to see what the Steelers do with the contract negotiation and stuff. But yeah, but it's basically all the news I have for today, just discussing a little bit of stuff. Aaron Rodgers, the update of that, and TJ Watt contract extensions, and basically the free agents watch as well. The Steelers haven't signed another receiver yet. Mark Cooper is still out there. You got Keenan Allen out there as well. One of those guys would be great to bring in. Gabriel Davis would be great. Tyler Boyd would be great as well to bring in. I feel like those guys are fitting well. I think Tyler Boyd and Gabriel Davis would be more on the lower end type of style like that. Maybe receiver 2-3-ish types, but they bring more depth to the room. But definitely bringing in Amari Cooper would be definitely the number 2 receiver. You have DK Metcalf, Amari Cooper with Calvin Austin as the 3rd guy, and then you have Robert Woods as well, the veteran. And then we'll see how things shape out with Roman Wilson, and then everything play out. That'd be pretty cool. I think Skoranek is still there too. So we have to see exactly what happens. But it's all I have for today's video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you did, like, subscribe for more content. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.